Hey guys, Cypher here. It is Saturday the 10th of June 2023 and well, not officially, but I'm starting my Bakugou hero cosplay project. I already sound exasperated. Yes, so I have written out a whole plan for this. Well, I might as well show you. So I have been trying to plan this for a long time, so I'm finally going to get onto it. And I'm already saying off the bat, I'm going to try and film as much as I can, and I don't know how long this is going to take overall, but I'm hoping to have it done by next year. Maybe it'd be nice if it finished by this year, but I don't think it will go to a con until next year. Because I'm planning to sort of test myself, I guess, and challenge myself, because I want to include LED lights in this, particularly in the gauntlets. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Yeah, so I've got a whole plan here. Obviously I printed out his costume, and I've got like a list of all the materials I needed and all the stuff. I think I'm just going to buy a costume, and then I think for all the armor bits and all the accessories, the knee pads and all that, I'm going to make out of foam. So I've already bought patterns for that, and I'm starting on the gauntlets. So I've already drawn out patterns. I've got all the patterns out and printed here. I might leave a link for that in the description. I bought it from someone on Etsy for a pretty good price. It included all the armor bits, like the gauntlets, the neck piece, all the accessory bits, which is nice, and I kind of want to make, so it adds more to it. So, but as for like the vest and trousers and everything, yeah, I was hoping to just buy a vest, because I do have trousers and boots already, and like the arm pieces and that, gloves. But yeah, the one I was going to buy now no longer sells to the UK, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to buy the whole costume and just alter it like that, which is okay, but that in itself is gonna cost about 60 to 70 quid. So yeah, I'm gonna make all the face mask and everything, which is, it's all gonna be fun. A lot of trial and error, I imagine, but I think the first thing I want to do is the gauntlets, because they're the bits I want to include the LED lights on. Making them, the gauntlets itself, probably won't take long at all. It's just, yeah, incorporating the lights in and the power pack and all that. I do have a book about all that, but like I said, I'm going to try and document as much of this as I can. But yeah, it's probably going to be a slow process, but I figure I better start on it soon, especially like if I want to get it done by next year. I think now's a good time, because we've got half a year left. Yeah. Yeah, no, so it's all going, so this is the starting point, and like I say, I'll try and keep on track as much as possible, but obviously depending on if there is a lot of trial and error, it might take longer, but we shall see. But like I say, I've tried to plan it out as best I can, but I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I think it's probably going to be quite rewarding in the end, I imagine. So yeah, looking forward to that. But like I say, yeah, I've got my big EVA foam. This is 10mm. I'm just throwing out the base and stuff. I might try and get the main base together today. It might be a bit of a stretch, but we shall see. I mean, it's already like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it's 3. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do that as soon as, but like I say, I will try and keep you up to date and everything, because I really want to look back on this and be like, yeah, so yeah, we'll just crack on with that. Hey guys, so this is after 3-4 hours. I've managed to get one piece together. This is technically they call it the barrel in the plan, but technically it's the trigger bit. So yeah, I've got one piece ready. It's quite thick, it's all sanded down. It is a little bit like there's some cracks in it, so I think I might go over it with some stuff to like fill it in. But yeah, it's not bad for one bit. So yeah, and it's pretty good. So we'll probably continue the rest later. Right off the bat, skipping a few steps, but then we now have the gauntlet base. Took a bit of trial and error. I actually ended up gluing these two pieces on the wrong side at first, so yep. And then we've got, this is the top cover. It's like 3 layers together. I've got to sand all this down, or Dremel it actually, to make it a bit smoother. Like that is a bit uneven in the top there. Yeah, but it looks like it's already taking shape, so it's good. And yeah, it's a good size. Had a little test of it. Yeah, obviously they're gonna have to fill in all these seams and everything like that. So yeah, but we're slowly getting there. So sanded sort of all around the end, and particularly the top cover bit. Got a nice smooth edge on that now. And now what I'm doing is smoothing out the seams on here. I thought I should have sanded them down, but now I'm actually thinking about it. I think all these seams will be covered up eventually by everything, so it won't be too bad. But yeah, I'm just going in with some quick seal. This is a good tip I got from Cosplay. I would really recommend her for, like, particularly if you're just starting out. She has all kinds of basics for everything. But yeah, essentially, I know I've already put one layer on, but essentially you just put it on the seam and it will dry clear. So you just make sure you get a little bit on your finger, just run it down the seam and it should fill in the space. Just go down the whole thing. So I've already put one layer on, so this one should just fill in those little gaps. Especially because what you do, like to help sort of spread it out, just put on a little bit of water. So there's some bigger gaps in here. And maybe it probably would have been a bit smoother if I had sanded it, dremeled it down, but we're here now, so yeah. Just put that so it's nice, and then just get a little bit of water and just smooth it out. It doesn't matter if it's like, you can still see white, because like I say, it will dry clear. So just that. But the reason you want to do it maybe a couple of layers is that when it dries, like if you get it wet, it probably does shrink a little bit. Hence why I'm doing 2 layers. But yeah, you can see there, and I'll just show you, where is it? Ooh, right back here. So the trigger bit that I did, you can see there, I used it on this to just smooth out all the seams, and that was white when I put it on there. I mean, it's got a little gloss to it, but I'm planning to prime it, spray it with some primer, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, like that is like pretty smooth, to be fair. And you can see like the shine on it there, and where I smoothed it out, but it has dried clear and it is nice, and you can't see the seams really, or there's not any particular gaps there, so that's what I was aiming for. So yeah, but I'm so happy now we actually have like a base for this. Yeah, so again, like I said, a bit trial and error. I had to reattach the bottom bit because the instructions did confuse me slightly, but it's all good now. So yeah, just finish this off, let it dry, and then probably come back to it later. Alright guys, now we have the top and the bottom bit on. Very fiddly trial and error. Like, I realized this wasn't very, like, there were some bits that weren't like flush to it, so I really had to like kind of I had to like score away some bits just to make it that little bit flatter, but I'm gonna go in and tidy all that up. I am starting to worry that these bits might be on show a bit, like maybe this bit in particular, because there's a rim that goes around the top, and then pretty much the rest of it is covered by the squares, but I feel like you're gonna see them in between. But I don't feel if I'd sanded it down it would have made much difference, but yeah, I don't know. Here we are anyway. Yeah, no, so I got this on, and I might as well show you, hold on. So I'm actually able to put it on. And wow, there we go. And yes, it does move about a bit, but it's not too bad. I feel like I want to get these quite chunky gloves, so I have a feeling, one, I might have trouble getting my hand in again, but also that it probably won't be too bad. Like, it does swivel around a bit. Like, if I do that, it does that. So yeah, maybe that's what they meant. I mean, because I did, but my elbow just about fits in there, so because I wouldn't have been able to get my hand through this end otherwise. So it's a little bit like try and error, but they're not swiveling around too much. Like, I really kind of have to move my arm for it to do that. Whereas I feel like if I'm sort of walking and all that, it's not too bad. So yeah, but it's good size. I really like it. Yeah, so yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned, I'm doing sort of one at a time right now. Just so like with this, I've already made a few mistakes, so I'll probably try and avoid that next one. Like, I think you can see right there, there's a big gap there. So I don't really know how I'm gonna clear that up. Might use some more of that stuff. Yeah, although I'm worried, even though if I spray over it, it might still be visible. I really don't know. Again, very much trial and error, but you know, they're looking good so far. I am quite happy. But I might do next time, I might just sand it down just to see if it made any kind of difference. And realistically, unless you look up really close, I don't think you're going to notice. I mean, it'll be annoying for me because I'll know. But yeah, but also, yeah, that's... I honestly, like, I cut this out to size and you can see that's a little bit like out of shape there. Like, trying to get this in, that was like really tight, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get glue everywhere, but I actually managed to get it in there all right. Yeah, so it's a little bit warped in shape, but again, tiny details you're not really gonna notice, but it's more personal for me. Yeah, so I might go ahead and then put the rim on this. Okay, so let's see what the next steps say. Yeah, because we've got a whole list here and I'm just highlighting them as I go. So yeah, the next would be to put the rims on and glue the barrels. Okay, so I think the more complicated bit is going to be when I start putting the squares on, and I haven't cut them out yet because I was worried I was going to get really confused, so I'm saving that till last. But yeah, I think I can manage to get the rim on at least, and then maybe go ahead and I suppose if I push, I could actually attach the trigger bit on to it, which will be really cool because then it will actually look like really proper. And yeah, like I'm the more I've seen this take shape, I know, like I said, I've had some trial and errors and it doesn't look great at the moment, but I am so excited for this. Like, it's looking great. Yeah, but I'm trying to keep in mind, obviously, the fact I want lights in will mean I'll have to have a power pack somewhere. And off the bat, I reckon I could just fit it sort of just inside here, because obviously this is quite spacious in here. So I feel like I could attach it in there, and obviously as I go, like, and I can get my hand in there so I can fiddle around with it. Because I was thinking, like, maybe I couldn't attach these bits and I'd have to, like, get the lights going first, but I think I can make the actual base, like all of it, and then work out where the power pack and the lights are going to go from there. If anything, these holes might actually be a blessing, because maybe I could just feed the wire through so then I don't have to go over. And then, yeah, that could even work in my favor. I've just had an epiphany there. Yeah, so yeah, a power pack's definitely going to have to go in here with a switch of some sort where I'll be able to turn it on and off, because essentially, I don't know if I mentioned, I just want it to, like, just glow, like, you know, like the pulsing, like he had in his first fight with Deku. I might try and get a GIF here if I can. I'm also praying that this, I haven't checked yet, just as hindsight, but yeah, I'm hoping this video is actually to size. I thought it would be, but maybe not, I don't know. We shall see. Yeah, but no, it's actually going along a lot quicker than I thought. But obviously, once I get to a stage where I'm done with this, I'll then have to look into getting the lights and stuff and soldering for the first time ever. But like I said, we want challenges. You know what? I might get some get the heat glue gun on that and just change the shape just a bit more. But you know, it looks pretty good, and the instructions are quite clear. So yeah. Anyway, so just carry on. So things are starting to take shape a bit more. I've got the barrel or trigger, whatever you want to call it, on there, and got the rim on there now. I'm really trying not to let these like bits here get to me too much, because hang on, it's probably better this way. Yeah. But I imagine they are going to be covered up once I spray paint it and everything, and if not, then I'll kind of learn for the next one, which is kind of why I'm doing one at a time. So one might look slightly better than the other, but I managed to on one hand, sorry, sand this all down so it's a bit more even looking. It's a bit rounder on that side, which is nice because it looked quite jagged before. And yeah, so yeah, definitely. So the next bits I just got to add some like detailing around here. I think there is meant to be a hole here, so I might Dremel that in at some point. Yeah, and you know, there's quite a gap around there, so I think I'll go in with that stuff again and just fill out the holes, because definitely I think once it's all spray painted, you aren't going to see those, so it's gonna look better. But yeah, so we'll just crack on with that. And then I think I can just go on to doing the next one, because the like squares on the back are really confusing me at the moment. Like, it's saying about mirroring the pattern and stuff. I haven't really looked into it, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, it's definitely taking some shape. I think that's meant to be a little bit more curved. I'm not sure. We'll have a look in a minute. But yeah, no, it's looking pretty good. It's nice to have like an actual shape to it now. So yeah. Hey guys, so just for a bit of context, we're in July now, it's the 11th, and pretty much got this one done now. I forgot where I left off last time, but I got the screws and the side bits on. It's pretty much the plates now, which I'm debating whether I should put on or not because of the wires, like when I want to go up, but realistically I'm going to have to work out where they go around the plates, so I will do that in a minute. But I'm also currently looking to put the whole other one together, so I've got all the bits cut out, I've got the barrel bit and all that. I'm just gluing it all together, and then in a minute I will sand it all down. But yeah, I got one pretty much done. Oh, and yeah, the little bit on the end. Yeah, no, but I was kind of hoping to get this done today, but realistically I don't think so. But it will probably only take another day to do it. I did think at one point I wasn't going to have enough foam for it all, but transpires I actually do. So yeah, here we are. Yeah, so yeah, just waiting for these bits to dry so I can stick them together, sand that all down, and maybe get like the base bit done together. So like, you know, the separate bit, this bit, and that whole base, possibly by the end of today. I mean, it is nearly 7 o'clock in the evening at this point. Yeah, so, but no, we're making progress. As far as like the electricals go, like with the lights, ran into a bit of a snag because essentially the book I was using from Cosplay, one of the parts that she uses is no longer in stock anywhere, so I'm looking to maybe try and alternate that. But obviously I know nothing about lights or anything, so I can't presume what's like good as a replacement, so I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. So, but once that's all up, then yeah, it'll just be a matter of trying to get it all together, and I feel like that's going to be quite a lot of trial and error with the circuit and everything. But I also have a friend whose dad does that sort of thing, so maybe I'll get him to teach me a bit. Hey guys, I can honestly say I don't know where this is in the video really. I tried so hard to keep on track with things, but so it is the 9th of April, and as it stands, I'm trying to get this ready for May, and I'm also trying to do Deku's vigilante costume at the same time. But basically, I'll show you what I've got so far and what's the plan is, but as you can sort of see, it's just chaos at the moment. But so again, I don't know where I was, but I'm just gonna say so. With the grenades so far, they were like the last thing I was going to do because of the lights, and the lights at this point might not be a thing. At least I want to try and get them ready for Maycon, and obviously I've counted exactly 46 days, so we shall see. But yeah, they're pretty much done. But as you can see with this one, I cut out all the like, I suppose, block bits, and I've put them on to try and get an idea possibly for the lights, if it's going to be possible or not, because, you know, trying to have gaps big enough. I also don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on one circuit, so there's that. So it may just be that it'll just be normal gauntlets, and I might even just do that and then add the lights for next time or sometime. But I would like to have this done by May. So yeah, that's all on there. So what I've decided to do is I am going to get the bits that I can paint done. So that is like all the silver trimmings here and there. Yeah, and then it will pretty much be a matter of painting these green, and then that will be done pretty much, and then I'll do some weathering and stuff to it after. But that is like the main paint job. So I'm going to prime it now. As you can see with this one, I've got a plastic bag all around there, ready to go. Obviously all the inside here will be silver and everything, so yeah, just got to prime that first. So actually finally found some use for this foam that I had spare from something else. So yeah, these are all the bits for one of the gauntlets. All the shell pieces, and I've arranged them in how they're meant to go, and I've sanded them down by hand just because it was a bit easier. And, you know, to be fair, unless you're scrutinizing them up close, you're not really going to see so much, so I'm not too bothered by that. Yes, I got them laid out as they should go, and then now I'm going to heat seal them, and then once that's done, I'm going to prime them. And I'm going to do them like one at a time, just because it's easier to keep track of everything that way. So I've got my one here that I'm using, so I've put all the pieces, where you see that, put all the pieces where they should be. And the one for this is outside. It's I've already primed these bits, so they're all silver. I've got to do a couple more coats of that and then seal that. And then these will literally require, yeah, priming a couple of times. And then I have some green spray paint I can do over. Now I'm using one that I already have. It varies. Like, you look in different pictures, it's different colors. Like in some, it's more like a turquoisey kind of color. I've got quite like, it's like a forest green. So I think worst case scenario, I do that as a base, and then I can go over it. Obviously, I want to weather it a bit as well. Like darken it around the edges and stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, so it's preference really. And actually, to be fair, when I went to my local Hobbycraft, I was looking at the spray paints and I couldn't find any other like greens that matched. And like scouring on the internet, it could take forever, and you know, you could buy something and, you know, colors are very difficult to tell sometimes. Like on the internet and stuff, like web pages, they're just sometimes not very easy to make out. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with that. And if I don't like it, you know, I'll probably like test a piece, and depending on how that looks, I may, you know, redo it or, you know, continue. So yeah, but yeah, now I've got this foam piece, and all of them are spiked, so they'll be easy to dry and stay. Yeah, so yeah, it should be fun. So as you can see, this is the sprayed rim, all the silver done. Obviously you can see it bled over a little bit, but I can go over there with some black paint. This paint doesn't rub off too badly, but I'm still, like, once it's all on, like the shells and everything, I'm going to seal it all
because I think sealing is good for like parts that aren't going to move so much. I mean, this bit is a little bit like, you know, it could get knocked, but in theory it should be fine. Yeah, so once that's all spray painted, and then I will darken it again, give it a little bit of, you know, weathering, I guess. Yeah, but, and you know, these will all be hidden hopefully by the shells. And the reason originally why I didn't just like stick it all together and spray paint it is, well, one, I didn't want to like have to section off, so I can show you with this one actually. So this one I've put the shells in where they should be. So like with this one, I'll show you if I put where the shells should be, just to give me an idea. So yeah, the reason I didn't do it like this and then prime it all as one and then paint is because I would then have to section off these bits to make them green. And also because I will probably eventually put lights in these, I didn't think it was good to put primer where they're going to stick. So yeah, I've done it the kind of long way, but yeah, it should be fine still. But yeah, these shells, I don't know like if I've done it wrong, but they don't exactly space out as well as I thought they would. Like especially like this middle bit here, like I'm not gonna lie, the instructions for that were a little bit confusing, but realistically, as long as I've got some space in between, the light should fit in somehow. And if not, then I guess lesson learned for another time. Yeah, but so far so good. So yeah, obviously I've got the silver one painted there. So now the next step will be to do the same to this. I'm priming the other shell pieces for that, and then we'll paint them. I may have to order some new paint, maybe. But because there's not so many, I thought I would get away with it, but who knows. Yeah, so, and then those will be done as well. So in terms of the whole costume, we are, I'd say near enough 90, maybe 95% done, because some bits literally just need like little, I'll show you there, little add-ons and bits and pieces. The only bit I haven't done I need to do is the small grenades, but in theory, those should take like a day, you know, when I get started. And I think I only need 4, I think. Yeah, so yeah, it's going okay. We are on the 26th of April, so we have near enough a month till con, and I, again, like I've mentioned before, I'm doing my vigilante deku at the same time, so yeah, and I imagine that will get done fairly quickly if I don't run into any obstacles. So yeah, but no, it's coming along great, and then once it's all done, then I can admire it and see that it's good. But yeah, so. Okay guys, this is kind of one of the bits I've been dreading. So I've been doing the gauntlets like one at a time, just so I don't get confused with everything. So I might as well show you. So, oh god, here are, what? There's not enough room here, Jesus. These are the finished sprayed pieces. Jesus Christ. Okay, everything is just falling. This is already the sign of things to come, I tell you. Okay, so yeah, those are all the finished sprayed pieces. And now the task is to align them correctly here and stick them on. Now I have my other one here, which I've got the pieces in place. I'm gonna have to maybe like measure it out slightly, I think, just so there's enough room again for if I want to add lights on later. Hopefully there'll be enough space. It won't be exact obviously, but yeah, so this is a good like little template. But I'm very nervous, because you know, I mean, to be fair, if I stick them on incorrectly, I can always just pull them off, but I don't really want to do that, so we're just going to go very slowly. And it's probably best, if I'm any judge, to work from the bottom up, because the bottom bits are flush to the rest, so if you sort of work, so do the top bottom bit, then even the top, and then work down, that should work in theory. So yeah, we're just gonna crack on. So you can see, obviously painted there. The green might be a bit different, but this is the green I had left over from something, and to be fair, I thought it would look good. Yeah, so we're going to do that and hopefully it'll work. So I've got like all my stuff. I've got my template here just to help out a little bit. Yeah, we should be all right. Fingers crossed. But it's just funny because like that piece in the corner there was driving me mad because I was like, I don't understand which way it goes. But obviously, as you can see, it's more curved inward. I think it is flush to the bit, so yeah, we'll just go slowly. I think what I'll do, I'll put it on, then like draw it out, and then stick. So one thing at a time. And then once this is all done, I will spray the whole thing and then do some weathering, and then they will finally be finished in the scheme of things. Like I say, I'll probably add the lights on later after. I was really hoping they would be done for May, but considering I've also decided to do deco at the same time, I don't have enough time, as well as other stuff going on. So it is what it is, so it's my own fault. But and I didn't want to rush anything, like, because I've never done soldering or anything like that before. It shouldn't be too hard in theory, but again, yeah, just stuff we want to avoid. So yeah, here we go. So we want to work on this side first, I guess. Just going to get my reference pictures up as well to help me out, but this is going to be very slow. We're going to take extra care. So hopefully with that we should get somewhere. But then, I don't know, if you look at a picture there from the person, it's the other way. So I don't know whether they decided after they'd done the pattern that it curves inwards instead. I'll probably do that, so let's just go with that. Also, it was very cool to like paint these on sticks. And the only thing is, I'm gonna have to bend them slightly, and I don't want to crack the paint. I tried to bend them when I heated them, but didn't really work, so. Just very careful. Alright guys, and now we have the full gauntlet, and I gotta say, it looks a lot better than I thought. I don't know why. I just kind of thought, oh, like, I'm gonna hate it once it's on, but no, it's cool. Although, it's these bits, like, I don't know, because I think maybe I should have made it a bit bigger, but then I went by what the template was, which is, you know, it fits, so I don't know. But basically they make it look so much nicer on their one. Yeah, no, but actually the colour looks good, the spacing is good. So yeah, now I can just go ahead and spray this. So what I tried to do, I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is just a tester piece I had. And I sprayed some gloss varnish on there, and I've only really used the matte one up to this point, just to like seal things. But considering this is meant to be made out of metal, I mean, you can kind of see in the light there it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but I wondered if then spraying some gloss, I mean this is just one layer, but You can see it's a little bit shinier, so I might give it another coat and see if that looks better, but I may do the whole thing in a gloss just to give it more of a metallic look, and then once that's done I will go in and weather. So now I've got this one sorted, I can go ahead and start making number 2, but actually I'm really happy with that. It looks really nice seeing it all, and there's like a decent amount of spacing in between each. So again, lights could be an option for another time. Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit confusing on the template. So obviously, as you can see, I've probably showed this before. So this is for the main bit here and the side, but then this bit is essentially guesswork. So it was a combination of like 1s and 2s, and I'm not even sure it was the right combination, but I mean, it looks fine. I mean, unless you're scrutinizing out close, really, it's fine, you know, like, and those bits are meant to be like flush down there. Yeah, but like I say, I quite like the spacing for this, because like I say, if I want lights, there's going to have to be a bit of space in between. So yeah, that is 1 done. So we can now crack on with 2. Okay guys, update on the gauntlets. They are getting there. I finished 1 at this point, so I'll show you this. So this is as it is, you know, everything's sprayed, all the pieces are on. And then here we have the finished weathered one. If you can tell much in the lighting. Try and get side-by-side comparison. Don't think it's really going to work, but yeah, it didn't go exactly how I wanted it to go. Like, there wasn't meant to be such defined darkening there, but it works. And there's like, again, don't know if you can tell, like that's all clean and shiny, and then this has got like what is it? Oh, I forget what it's called. Bit of dark wash on this. Again, don't know if you can really tell. Probably better if we look up close. And then got the black. Yeah. So, but I think it looks good. The only thing I am debating now is whether to go in this with the Musso black. Just considering, because you can see it, but I don't think it looks too bad actually, so I might just leave it as is. Yeah, so there you go, and now I'm gonna seal this one and do the same to this one, and then they will be done, which will be quite a relief at this point. Alright guys, and here we have the finished gauntlets, all weathered and everything. It wasn't kind of the weathering I was going for, like I just kind of wanted it to be subtle. Oh. Yeah, so basically it was going in with like dark paint, and then it kind of ended up sticking more than I intended, but actually looking at it, it looked better than I imagined. So yeah, and I sealed them so they've got like more of a shine to them, nothing crazy. Yeah, but it's really good, and again, I don't think I labelled which one is which, but realistically they're both the same, so you know, it shouldn't matter. So you can see, it all goes on very well. Obviously it is a bit spinny without the braces inside, but again, that's fine. It's funny actually, because in a reference picture this is all black. Obviously it's not black, but it will look darker once my hand and that is in it. I feel like maybe in the future I will go back in and make some more like serious battle damage, but just for the sake of getting them finished, I just made them look brand new, so there's that. But they both look pretty good considering, and I'm quite happy. I mean, again, there was a lot of trial and error, like some of the pieces I think that are on aren't the right pieces, but it looks as it should, so yeah. And again, I got to give full credit to, I think it's Sem Cosplay I got the patterns from. Again, I'll leave links for everything down below, and again, if you've got any questions. But yeah, they're all done, and so we are literally, it is Tuesday, con is Friday, so everything is pretty much done at this point. In a second, I'm actually going to put everything on and make sure everything fits okay, because that would be a thing. And I have tried the costume on before, so it should be fine, but just make sure everything looks well together. And if there's any last minute things I do, I think the only thing I might do is possibly put some magnets in the wig just to keep the mask up at the back. But that's it, pretty much. Yeah, so the next time you'll see this will be at con. So, where we go. But in all seriousness, this was like a dream cosplay of mine, and you know, now that it's done, I'm just a bit like, oh, okay. And obviously, I think I'll film it more once I'm actually at con. I'm going to be wearing Bakugou on Saturday, which was a bit of a debate because I have him and then Vigilante Deku. And I was thinking, well, Saturday's going to be the busiest day, so would I rather have my vision slightly impaired or have these, like, bashing into people? And realistically, I think I need my vision a little bit more. Like, I can still see in Deku, like, it's fine, but I haven't got, like, a full peripheral, so I think that would be a better option for the Sunday. So, yeah, but I hope to see you guys there. I do know, though, this video will be out after con, so that's obviously what I will show you at the end and get some good shots, hopefully. But yeah, this has been a project and a half, and it's been good. Obviously, I didn't get everything that I wanted done, like the lights, but that's something I can hopefully do later, which will be good. But yeah, it's been fun, been good, and I'm quite happy with how things have turned out. So yeah, so on to con.
How low can you go?